There's some ghost notes in there. Wow. Hey, welcome to Project Beats. Today I'm excited to show you this app by BandLab. It's called the Splitter. This is actually the third time I'm trying to record this thing. I was trying to record this yesterday at midnight, but my brain was not braining, and some things were off. This was off. That was. But anyway, let's try. Third time's the charm, right? Wait, full transparency. I did not actually check for other YouTube videos about this. I may be the last to know, but I wanted to share my point of view of it anyway. Right, let's get on with it. So, the Splitter app by BandLab. So, if you don't know, BandLab is a music creation or music production app where they are trying to make music production accessible to everyone, right? If you have an iPad or a tablet, Android, iOS, any device like this, they have an app. They are trying to make the music creation easy and accessible for everyone, which I think is great. And the app is free. They have a new tool, at least for me it's new, which is called the Splitter. The previous app that I shared on my live stream was the audio stretch. It is now built in this app, BandLab. You can do all the full features from the paid version in this app, which is now free. So, going to Splitter. On your homepage in this app, if you hit the plus icon at the bottom, it will bring you to this page, right? Where you can see all the tools in there. Let me know if you want me to dive into some other tools, but for today, we'll just talk about Splitter. When you go to Splitter, you get greeted with this screen. Just to show an example, I will import a song. It shows you three options. By the way, I don't have any script for today, so I'll be rambling. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, so Apple Music Library, you have Video Library, and then Browse Files. The only usable option is Browse Files. Apple Library is very limited. It actually doesn't allow BandLab to access your playlist and your songs and all that. Let me show you. Let's go there. Playlist. I have a lot more playlists than that in my Apple Music. I just tapped favorite on these random songs just to test. So if you choose any of this, if you say plus, right, then you will have this error message. So basically, Apple Music is a no-go. Video library, it will extract audio from any video you have. Maybe you have recorded a live music performance on your phone or on your iPad. You can take those videos and bring it here to be extracted. And then browse files. So let's try browse files, and I'll show you a real-time extraction of a song. And I'll just grab some teaching material here, just random ones. Let's say Drown. Demo track, okay. I tap the song. It will load for a bit. It won't react for a few seconds, but then it will load it. And then 4 steps here. It says importing. It will give you an estimate there, but it's never actually accurate. Okay, separating. For the most part, I do get results in about under a minute. Sometimes it will take long. It depends on like how busy their server is. Okay, I won't cut this so we all can see how long this is. Okay, now we are in this view. But before I talk about all the features and functions, let me explain to you what stems is. Just for those of you who's unaware, these aren't actual stems of the songs. These are extracted stems from the song, from a stereo, MP3, or WAV file, or whatever it is. It will extract 4 stems off of that. But stems, generally, when you're producing music, you would have multi-tracks on it. Say you have a drums, normally you'd mic all the drums in it. It depends on how you record your drums. Typically, it will range from about 5 to maybe 10 or 21 even. I personally do 2 mics on the snare, 3 mics on the kick, and so on, right? So my drums would be around 10 to 16 tracks around there. That's multi-tracks. That's not stem. And then you would have percussion tracks, percussion effects tracks, and whatnot. It would go on. All of those percussion tracks will be now under one stem, one, two, or three stems, right? You can do a stem for your acoustic drums, a stem for percussion, and a stem for other percussion effects. Those are stems in a proper recording project. Tracks, multi tracks, and stems are two different things. So guitars, it can be a different stem for all the guitars, all the synth. Bass guitar could be one stem. Bass synth, bass doubles, bass distortion, or what have you, right? There's a lot of different tracks and a lot of different stems. But you get my point, right? In an actual music production, there will be multiple stems. I had my hand on a copy of a multi-stem project from Dua Lipa, and that was about 60 to 80 stems. Stems. Not even multi-track project. I don't think you could get your hand on the multi-track project unless you're BFF with the producer, right? So, some stems can go crazy high number like that, and then some older records that I find only do about six or eight stems around there. Some old Michael Jackson stems. You would see these actual project stems pop out in the interwebs, Reddit or whatever. But these is not that. You can't extract those actual stems from a bounced single MP3 file. You can't expect this app to get that multi-track or multi-stem project, right? So for this app to be extracting 4 stems out of a bounced MP3, and it's doing it for free. This tool and this app is free. It's amazing. All right, so let me put on my earphone so I can hear a better quality of it. Okay, so what you can do with these stems is you can solo the vocals or drums or any of these stems. And then the rest of the other instruments under others, right? You have guitars, keyboard, what have you. Vocals, you would have your lead vocals, doubles, vocal stacks. You have backup vocals and all that. That will be under one stem. And then you have bass. I'm thinking all of the other bass track will be in there, like bass synth, double bass, and whatnot. I don't mean double bass like that. I mean double recording. Okay, so you have all the stems. What you can do with that is you can slide up and down if you want louder drums, maybe. If you want louder drums, I would just recommend to bring down the wrist. So you can hit play. I think that sounds good. So let's solo that. You can hear a bit of artifacts there in the background, like a bit of a facey type of sound. But for the most part, I think it's very clean. Again, this is not the original multi-stem. These are just extracted stems. From that perspective, I think it's really good. All right, let's try bass. You can hear a bit of vocals in there. I think it's still really good. Let's try what others is. By the way, you can double tap the track to bring it up to the normal volume. For what it is, I think it sounds really, really good. This will be helpful for you if you're studying the drums of a particular song, or if you're studying vocal runs, bass, and the other instruments as well. If you don't want to be distracted by the other instrument and you're trying to learn a part, this is a game changer. By the way, before this, we used to, at least I used to do this in this app called RX by Isotope. This is not the only function of Isotope, and actually this is not why you would buy an Isotope, because that thing is expensive. That's it's about $399, or let me check the pricing for Isotope. There's the Elements now, it's just $49, $49.50. We have the standard version, $399, and then we have the RX Advance, $1,200. That one, you won't get that just for this function, right? Just get the BandLab one. In terms of separation and audio quality of the extracted stems, they are pretty close. I'll tell you that much. RX is used by engineers to mostly for cleanup, noise cleanup, clips, cracks, and whatnot. That's the best. Probably the only app to do that, and it's doing a really good job with those types of use. But let's go back to this one, right? It will detect your BPM. It says down here 143 for this song. If you're learning drum parts, right, let's go drum parts. If you tap there on the tempo, you can reduce the speed to like let's say 85. Let's hear that. Right. So I don't like going beyond like 75 or 80, cuz beyond that, let's try like 50 50. I mean, it's somewhat intelligible, but you hear more of those artifacts beyond that point, beyond like 75 or 80. If it's too slow, you don't understand what you're playing anymore. You get into that point like, what am I doing, right? So I'd say just go 75 from time to time. If you get into really difficult part of a song, maybe you can slow it down, but I don't really encourage doing that a lot. Again, you can double tap, bring it up to normal speed, like right there. If you're learning vocals, you can click on the pitch right here on the right side, and then you can bring it up to, it says F major there. I'm not sure how accurate this is. It's going to be, I think it's going to be pretty close, but you can bring it up, let's say 6. And then the wave files here that you will see are just the vocal parts, of course, right? So let's bring it here and listen. That's B flat. You're gonna get that chipmunk sound quality. You really can't complain about that. It's the point of this is just to help you with like practice and whatnot, right? Or maybe if you want to re-pitch the whole song or the whole key, that would do it very well. Save me from myself. Right. You don't have any controls for like formant and whatnot for the voices. You would have to get into like Melodyne or re-pitch to do that properly without losing the quality of the voice. All right. Let's say -6. Yeah, I think that sounds good. How about higher? Yeah. So if you're gonna change your key, you might not want to include the vocals in there. Maybe just bring it down if you want. So let's say we bring down the vocals and bring it up really high, like 5. Let's say 5. 7 is ridiculous. Yeah, you can't really get away from that Mickey Mouse voice right there. But you might want to just bring it down just to maybe help you. I don't know. You can do with it what you want, right? Now, there's another function here is loop. If you're studying a section, let's say drums, you want to loop this part right there. You can drag down the section where you want to loop. There's one section here. I might want to loop that or something like that, right? Where you want to go over and over one section, and it will auto loop that section if you're learning a drum part. Okay, so let's say you want to export that. If you hit share at the bottom right, it will share the 4 individual stems. And then you could do it with your external DAW if you're more comfortable doing that. Whatever you want, right? And then on the bottom left, this is where you could open it in the studio mode, where it's like the DAW inside of this BandLab. So let's say, let's open it directly in studio. This is what you would see in a DAW setting, right? What you want to do here is maybe you want to do a drum cover. You maybe want to mute that. So if you want to do a bass cover, maybe with or without vocals or with lower levels of vocals, right? Then you can mute the bass there. And then here's how you could do that. You hit save on the upper right. You would name this I'll just name test 2. I forget the name. Wow, I'm old. Okay, hit save. Okay, project save. Now we can get out of this. So we're here on the bottom right. It will show you my projects. And then here is where you could download that saved version of your song, right? So you can hit download, but you can hit download as audio, and then it will download that version without that stem that you removed, and then you can do with it whatever you want, right? So that's that. What I want to try next is to explain what's going on here. This one was recorded with a phone. It's a video recorded using a phone, and it was uploaded to YouTube. So I downloaded that and then extracted here. That's what you're seeing now. I'm gonna play the first part. Alam na. You can hear the music, but you can hear the people talking. There's a lot of people talking. Yeah, okay, you get the point, right? So I'm gonna bring it up in the middle here. Let's see how well it does extraction. That's the vocals. Right. You get that live recording feel, right? Ambient sound, the space, you get all that. It's not a great audio recording. But listen to these drums. Wow. That's pretty solid, I think, just for extracting from a video. Of course, the volume would like really vary a lot. It was not like processed or anything. It was just from a phone. That's the problem with like mic or audio recording from a phone. Your compression would go up and down a lot. Wait, there's some section here, Wani. Little nuances. It captures it. Wow. There's some ghost notes in there. Wow. Wow, you can hear the clapping as well. But you can hear a lot of those ghost notes, right? Even from a video recording, but the extraction from that video was really, really good, I think. You can hear all those nuance, dynamics, and touch, right? It sounds really good. This is game changer if you're studying somebody, if you took a video of somebody and then, or maybe just a video random from YouTube and bring it up here, and then you just want to study the parts, the drum parts, bass parts. This is a game changer for studying, definitely. Of course, you can't really do something about like another frequency that creeps in that stem. For what it is, I think it's really, really good. Let's try others. You have keys, you have guitars in there. Really good, man. It's a game changer, definitely, and it's doing it for free without any subscription or whatever. Again, you can bring it to the studio view in this app, and then bring down the others or mute others or do whatever you need, and then export and download it as an audio, and then you can record your covers, video covers using that audio. It's amazing. It's gonna be limited, of course, with direct audio grab from Apple Music. Obviously, you can't do that, so you're gonna have to be resourceful in getting your music in there. But yeah, that's my first look at this app. I was really excited to show you this, guys. So the other app that I showed you guys when I did a live stream was Audio Stretch. It used to be paid, but now it's free in here. I paid for it actually, but it's now in here for free. You can do just a quick just a quick glance. You have audio stretch in here. Let's say import. Let's do drown. Oh, with click. Usually I do with click. What you can do here is set pins like there, hit pin there, and then go back and forth using this back forward button, right? You can change the speed. You can drag if you want increment, and then you can reset that. If you want increments of 5, you can just tap plus minus. This is a more full featured version for practicing, learning a song, or transcribing. But yeah, there's some other tools in here, but then again, I don't use this app for the main function of it. I'm really a Logic Pro guy. Also Pro Tools. I use Pro Tools too for mixing and editing a lot. And recently, I've been studying Ableton for live looping. So yeah, watch out for some live looping content. I know, I just like to do it, so I figure I might as well share my experience. Okay, that's it from me. I hope this turns out to be a short video as I intended. But if it gets very long, yeah, that's what it is. If you like this types of video, do help me out by hitting like and subscribing. All right, I'll see you guys in the next project.